AI transformation model should talk about the strategy first, right? How do you do the things? How you will do that? Second thing is that data is the main point. The data integration, the data cleaning, the data governance, that's the major issue what we have. How the transformation model addresses that thing, that is very important. Third is the people. People include my workforce also, including my management also, includes my partner ecosystem also. Correct? And the fourth is the technical stack, what we are talking about. What IT architecture do I have? Whenever you implement a new technology, your existing IT infrastructure goes for a toss. I mean, its integration is really very difficult because we are burning our fingers for the last 10, 11 years. Any new things comes that doesn't talk to the existing infrastructure, and the new infrastructure has to be done for that. And definitely the governance and the security part remains there and all. So what we can do here is either if you have some questions, you can address it to this, because all these three people, the three companies, they are in the power generation. They are all engineering and manufacturing companies. If you have a direct question, you can have. Otherwise, I will build my own questions onto that. So my first question, if you don't have much to build a soft, will be there. How difficult? I'll give you. How difficult it is to build the use cases for the customers. What do you do that actually? How do you initiate this process? What kind of a help you get? And where are the difficulties from the customer point of view?
So thanks for the question, and good afternoon, everyone. So in Birlasoft, in IT/ITES sector, me as a CIO has also a dual responsibility to ensure whatever I'm doing internally can be leveraged to our customer. Okay, so going for AI, we started the journey around 3 years before, and there are Cogito platform which we have launched for a customer, touching upon BFSI sector, manufacturing and all. What we do, we have a clear-cut understanding on what market is looking for, because we do a lot of survey and collect a lot of information. We do internally design thinking workshops, collect a lot of problem statement that each and every sector is going on. On top of it, we conducted around 2 hackathon internally in multiple sector for BFSI, manufacturing and all. Then we have got a list of lot of use cases. Now, as a center of excellence in Birlasoft, we are working with Microsoft. And that is, we are working on Gen AI, Agentic AI, and a lot of solution. So whenever we hire any campus hire or maybe your trainees, the first thing we ensure that mandatory they have a AI learning journey aligned to their entire career path. So, and we give this problem statement to Gen Z of the world and your campus.
Very long. In the Make to Engineer product doesn't exist. So 2 years, there is a lot of feedback comes, right? And that way do the innovation. The innovation or AI use cases get captured in both the cases are more from the factory or manufacturing kind of thing, quality towards the quality. In the make to order kind of thing, it is more towards the customer service. Okay. So what we do in the mainly, I will tell you the process is this, right? In case of the customer service, actually we have a target for all functions to the fixed customer visit, including the non-sale function. So even finance, IT, right? They have a target that they should go to the customer and listen to them directly. From there, a lot of feedback will come. I personally have a target which we call as a TT20. Right, it means that in a month, right, I have to talk to the 20 customer directly, right, and visit one customer. Okay. Right, so there I get direct feedback apart from the internal stakeholders. So I know what are things are happening over there, what are their concern and how this one. So from there, a lot of these things happen. Another is that in case of make to order, make to engineer, right, most of the customer visit our facilities, especially in the case of make to engineer, because they come, they inspect this one. Right, that time we do a lot of meetings with them, and we understand what is there. So many times, basically, project. I mean, my product is delayed by 4 months. So there we get to know, right? What is the reason it wasn't delayed then? For example, I got a feedback that repetitive testing failure, quality testing failure, was one of the problem. And this is the reason many of our defense-related product was delayed. So there we saw how do we solve this problem from the AI. So from there we get the use case.
Ashok, what I want to know is, do you really find the partner ecosystem is a challenge in implementation of AI today, or you think the ecosystem is total complete? You have solutions, you have people, not a problem at all.
So,
Barring cost. Cost is not an other thing, but otherwise.
what I would say is the partners, while they say they are ready and everything from a technology perspective and infrastructure perspective, but the biggest missing piece right now are the use cases. And when we say really that the rubber hit the road kind of scenario, and so that's where the biggest challenge is from the partner's perspective is what I feel. Even if you get a partner to work on some of the initiative, the biggest challenge with AI, Gen AI, everything right now is everyone wants it, they don't know what. And even with the partners, while they say they are ready, but their solutions are not ready from a use case perspective. So I think companies like us at Commons and all, we are focusing a lot on developing the use cases, which actually a little more meaningful. And I think the biggest challenge with the partners is not the technology part, is the part where domain and technology comes together.
That is there.
That's the
That is
biggest
there.
challenge. And
So where only internal people is going to help.
yes, so that's why the combination of partners plus internal has to come together. And that's why when we talk about awareness and education, it's not about just the internal folks, but also about the partners. They understanding our domain and talking about it is very, very important. Otherwise, this complete story and the puzzle, if I look at my eyes, can only be solved when partner is there with the technology, but with the tendency to understand our domain. Our people are there with a domain understanding, but they don't understand what technology can do. But at least if they can translate the problem statement, we need an intermediary again still how that problem statement will be solved by AI in that particular case.
Okay.
And that's very important. Like in our scenario, we are focusing a lot on AI in the sales side, for example. It's while the propensity models have been pretty old, that how much conversions can happen and everything. What we are now focusing on that what about the leads and opportunities, what were not about to be converted? How AI can power that particular segment, a percent of opportunities or business growth that we were saying that was less propensity, that had less propensity. Can AI sit there and help move that particular part out there? So we're kind of focusing in those
It's a
areas.
challenge basically.
Yes.
Anand, do you recommend any kind of a transformation playbook or these kind of a models to your clients or internally? Do you think they work, or it is as and when the case comes, you solve it and implement it? What kind of approach do you
No,
take?
so we definitely need to have a playbook, AI playbook, of course, both for internal and external. And what we do, just list down all the use cases. Don't worry about whether that technology will fail or success. You need to have the understanding of what all problem statement, what all use cases are there, and then align with the solving a business problem, right? If those use cases are really solving the business problem, then we can leverage to the next level. But right now is happening, people are not thinking about use cases, they are just going blindly and implementing just for AI. AI is nowadays AI is not a technology, it's a strategic enabler for the organization. So what we do, a playbook, we have multiple sectors. So for BFSI, manufacturing, for life sciences, each and every industry wise, we have a playbook we have created internally, and we have also launched a Cogito platform, which is helping solving these industry related problems. So, and starting is not something that maybe Microsoft or Gemini or something. Start with your problem statements, and then you can take it forward.
So, but same question to Ashish as well as to Ashok. What are the top 2 or 3 use cases which you are currently doing in the organization?
So we are working on the three. One is on quality, as I told you, right? Quality inspection is one of the biggest challenge. So there we are invested on the vision analytics through AI.
Okay.
So as I was saying, right, rightly said, right, many of our project got failed.
Got failed.
I mean, pilot rather. I will not shy away saying, right. So our we 10 to 12 pilot we did about various function, various use cases in the same function, which got failed in another. I mean, last 1.5 year. But 4 we have got a good success in the 4, and that we decided to take as productionize.
Okay.
One of this is the quality, right, where we are decided now. Another probably in next 4 months it should go live. Second is that another use case we took out for this tertiary sale. We have a e-commerce.
Okay.
Right. So there we are building AI model which will help customer to select the pump.
So it's a
Though
customer-centric thing,
it's a customer
basically.
centricity. Though the generally it is in industry you are not saw that somebody will go online and purchase the pump. Right. It just take at the dealer market. But here we have decided that we'll open up this channel. Right. So there we are building a AI model. Third use case is for legal for the contract and this one. But this is very I will say low hanging case like Gen AI where the scans all the documents and advise you on what are the things are there. So these are the three use cases we have picked up, and I think next 4 to 6 months we should go live.
Have you built up any AI case over IoT?
So AI case over IoT is under what you call POC kind of thing. So we
Okay.
have a product called Kilo Smart.
Okay.
Right, so that we recently launched. I mean, 2 years back we launched this one. But in these pumps, those have been sold in the second category, which we call as a small pump business or the retail pump business. There, what we do, we give the pump, and we also tell them, okay, you take a pump as a service. We will maintain your pump. So these all pumps are integrated to the IoT platform when we have control room set
So
up. In our office.
business model is changing itself.
Correct. So what we say is that rather than selling the pump, sell pump as a service. Right. So there we are. Pilot is going on. So currently, what is happening is the control room is there. That control room monitors how much is the pressure, water flow, current. Right. These things are there. Right. And then accordingly, it calls the customer. यार ये pump बंद कर दो अभी. Right. ये problem हो जाएगा. Right. So there we are trying to. I mean, rather trying not. We got some success over there. Can the phone call to the customer can go automatically and he can be alerted. But there are a lot of regulatory problems are there. Right. Like pump house. Right. If it is a pump house is for fire, then for this enablement of this one you really get a permission from the government. This is a platform which is very, if there is a delay in the call for the fireman, then there is a problem. There are a lot of regulatory challenges are there. That also we are continuously working on this one, and this product for IoTs we are doing investing.
How about you?
So I'll make it small. Few areas that we are very out of all the experiments that we are doing. Few areas that we've seen a little success is one is safety in the plants, and where we are kind of trying to ensure that the complete safety measures are taken with where the near miss hits are everything, because that's very core to us on safety and very at heart. And then second is also about skill operators. As our products and lines keep changing and evolving, we are ensuring by AI that whichever operator is going across the plant and which station that they're working in, they have that particular skills and everything that is coming in. So that is one area. And then second is what I told about starting, that sales is another area that we are majorly focusing on, where we have started seeing some impact coming in with AI. Yeah.
Anand, why people say data governance is an real an issue in implementation of AI? What issues come? What kind of challenges are there?
So it's always a problem. Be it you have taken a journey of creating a data lake, always a problem. If you are doing the consolidation, always a problem. Whenever you are implementing the ERP, data is always a problem because we are having a multiple legacy system around it. Right now, what approach we have taken, and you're right, that data governance is part of AI strategy from beginning itself. You cannot have a AI technology, you purchase everything and then you are thinking on. You have to have a data governance. So what approach we have done? First of all, in our environment, we have multiple source, mix of on-prem, mix of cloud system, then lot of application on SaaS platform, which cater to a lot of enabling functions, sales, HR, finance, everybody's have their own data. So what we have done is collect every information in a single privileged data lake. That is a standard way of doing it. On top of it, we have a data governance layer where we have proper structure to it, and also remove the PI information. Because in AI, that is one area where you all have to think on, if you fire anything, it can also trigger back your personal information. So one level of anonymization is required there. And then we have created multiple data system pipeline. So each and every system is having one pipeline. And then we have a CDS view, so that we are restricting not going into the production data, but whatever information we wanted to fetch, it is required. So that level of a structure is required. It's a full thought structure approach for data governance. Now let's come to security part of it. where we need to have a guardrails around it. We should have a security framework. So not only limiting to whatever huge cases you are building. In ITS sector, there are a lot of developers, right? They also have a responsibility to build a source code, keep the source code in that. So how you are going to protect those information, those data? So all such things we need to take part of both data governance as well as security governance. It's very
Have
important.
you done any implementation of AI over SAP?
Yeah,
SAP Rise or S4, something
yeah.
like that?
So we are working on around 50 use cases internally on agentic.
It's worth, right?
Yeah, it's what, so same, using the data lake, we are running a transformation program called Optimus internally. We have already identified 50 use cases. Earlier it was Gen AI, and now we are focusing more on agentic AI. So just an example for a recruiter, right? There are a lot of information on success factor. How we can leverage and create an onboarding agent for them. Similar way for finance, lot of expense related things where they have a manpower who do the normal validation. So how we can create an agent for them. So it's working. And also recently we have built a revenue forecast model. So that is giving a lot of accuracy in terms of planning the revenue.
I am personally of the view, if really you have to showcase AI capabilities to your organization, I think building AI over SAP is the easiest task among the all. Why? Because you have an ERP system, you have a database available there, data is available there. On the top of it only, it is the SAP solution which you have to design, rather than going to the multiple vendors doing all that. This is actually
And Microsoft, SAP has their own Joule connector, but Microsoft has also launched their own connector, which is we can integrate. On top of that, you can leverage everything.
we'll wrap.
One problem, as you said, the data governance, what is the reason? I think one of the issue, from my perspective, data governance is always a challenge because of the federated IT. Right. So, our organization is so high that data is getting generated at the various level, bringing that data and then
And nobody wants
complexity
to
of the
disown.
adding-
Nobody wants to disown his data.
Correct.
His own
And
data.
adding to this one, factory automation is going on this one, and
that's
there
a
is again
challenge.
one data. But then that data is also very important for decision making for the AI model. So federated IT. If
But
you
हम
can
लोग तो
consider-
AI में अभी भी federated AI की बात कर रहे हैं. We are not talking about centralized AI. So a lot of federation is
But
happening.
right now, if you see, we have made this AI long back. When I was in telco, I was leading the Bharti Airtel IT. That time we have put a recommendation engine. When you're calling a call center, the profile will come and then it will recommend what plan you have to do. It's not something new. We are just packaging as a AI, but it's long back. Predictive analytics is a very old technology. We used to predict so many things, right now it's talking about conversational, interaction with AI and getting certain information back.
So can we wrap? Sorry, sir. Please.
There are only 5%, 10% organizations, they are using one common systems like ERP, SAP or maybe Oracle or Microsoft. There are 90%, 95% or more.
They are not on
organizations,
ERP.
They have a heterogeneous
Heterogeneous
application. For ERP, I will choose SAP. For Salesforce, I will either go with Siebel or Salesforce.
CRM system, yeah.
So maintaining data, collecting data from various systems
Is a task.
That's the reason data governance is more
Challenge.
And we need a very strong manpower also to do that. Very
things
trained
since
manpower
beginning.
to do that.
These kind of heterogeneous systems create more challenges for definition.
Correct.
For example, what is my definition of headcount? What is my definition of revenue recognition? What should be what would define for any other parameter? Because finance will have one view, HR will have one view.
Correct.
So one AI use case he really touched upon. Right now we have created a model to predict attrition.
Attrition.
So that is something in IT sector is very much needed. Now I need to predict a lot of data, a lot of RAG analysis, a lot of things required from multiple surveys. It's working. So it's not personalized, but it is giving me the grade wise and function wise and that grade. Consider a person who is deputed from India to UK as part of attrition. Will you consider a person who has
Those are all conditions.
2 years study leave? All such
Variables.
all
All
such
variables are
surveys.
there.
Multiple people in organization will have different.
Okay, just to wrap up the session, I think what we conclude is still AI will have implementation will have a lot of challenges, right? But we will still continue doing our POCs on a small basis, correct? We will strengthen ourselves internally. How do we can do it, and can convince the management. Yes, till next year when the next conference happens, we are really able to do something great. Thank you very much.